Yeah, welcome to ShareTrade. This is the end of day video for genomic investors. I'm looking at S&P 500 futures. It's almost 4 o'clock in the evening, and we can see that this horizontal line of resistance, the minor line of resistance at around 5,992 happened to be quite potent. It pushed us back. However, we have to see whether this validated support, the minor line of support at 5,835 will continue to hold us. If it did not hold us, then I think that we would be in the beginnings of forming a bear channel. Till then, I would say it's still in the bull flag area. That's what I suspected in the morning. But now more and more as we come closer to the lower bounds of this bull flag area, I'm thinking that there's chances of us breaking from the line of support probably tonight or tomorrow. We'll have to see what happens. Basically, I'm bearish at this point of time, so I see more bearish possibilities. It's a bias I'm trying to shake, but it's finding it difficult. You can see that the momentum has dropped sharply, and MACD is turned towards the signal line, almost ready to cross over. So that's where we are with S&P 500. NASDAQ has also turned around. It has broken down below a support level, which I said this morning would be 21,272, and it has broken through that and converted that into a resistance. So for tomorrow, this will continue to be a resistance. I'm still thinking this looks to me like a bull flag pattern. If it continues to consolidate this way, then it can break out anytime. However, if it continued to come down and if it goes below, I think 20,928, I'll start looking at it more like a potential bear channel. So our support for tomorrow is going to be 20,796.75 for NASDAQ futures. The dollar index also is moving towards the support. It bounced back from the support at 99.294. We'll have to see whether it remains up there or whether it breaks down below in the overnight trades. Because as I said in my live stream this morning, the internals of the market and the economy is not that robust. And also the budget discussion and potential debt ceiling issues are causing the markets to worry a little bit. And it's all reflected in the bonds and the 2-year by 10-year spreads. If you look at Euro bonds, 10-year Euro bonds are at around 2.66% yield, whereas 10-year US dollar bond is somewhere in the range of 4.583%. So US is almost paying twice as much to borrow as compared to Euro. And this is definitely going to weigh in sooner rather than later on the market. And I think we'll be seeing the beginnings of that in the dollar index coming down slowly. Earlier, I would have thought that we had a bull channel in the formation out here because we had higher lows, but now we have got a lower low for the first time. Let's see how it goes. That said, let's go on to look at where the indices are at close. It's around 3:59 p.m. and I'm looking at S&P 500 index. We are almost at the bottom of this huge area of support. If we break down below this bottom, which could happen during the overnight hours, then our next support is going to be 5,770. But when we come to this area, you will see this huge gap up. That becomes a magnet. We'll have to do a gap fill. So that will propel us downwards. Of course, we still have a support out here, this diagonal line of support, which is a dynamic, and we'll see where it ends up depending on how many days it takes us to reach this line. It will be a higher and higher number. So let's watch that tomorrow. Our MACD momentum, same like we saw in the S&P futures, it's all dipping. NASDAQ also is below this area, huge area of support, and that's going to become a huge area of resistance going forward. So let me just change the color quickly for you. And then our support for tomorrow is going to be 20,842. We are still, I would say, in the bull flag kind of a pattern because this gap up will also be legitimately considered as part of the bull flag pole. So we have a long way to come down before this ceases to be a bull flag. So I'm still cautiously optimistic. But if you look at the MACD and momentum, they show a little bit of weakness out here. VIX was elevated. It was at 14.60 at the time of ending the session. It's around 4 o'clock right now. We have just finished the session. At the end, it was at around 20.72, gone above the 20 level, which I usually use to say almost calm waters for swing trades and all. But now I think we are going into a slightly more volatile environment, and gold has gone up 0.89. As I mentioned in the morning session, we are heading towards a resistance of around 3,427.437. That's where we are headed. And MACD is mending and momentum is also going up. Now, let us look at our genomic stocks. Prime is down 0.43%, managed to stay above this minor line of support, which is at 1.15. We are at 1.17. So for tomorrow also, this is going to play the support. But if the overall market falls, then Prime could fall further. Today, we were saved because there was the dead cat bounce effect, which more or less neutralized the overall pessimism of the market. But tomorrow is going to be a different day. I don't know if the dead cat bounce will persist. That said, both MACD and momentum are looking weak out here. Intelia was down 4.91% during the day. Our support continues to be 8.95. We ended at 9.20, and the resistance for tomorrow is 11.29. And if you look at Caribou Biosciences, it was down 7.73% during the day. Resistance continues to be 1.26, and support for tomorrow is going to be 0.75. And Beam was down 2.87% during the day, and it has dropped below our support of 17.50. So I'm going to mark this red, and this is going to be resistance for tomorrow, and our support for tomorrow will be a minor line of support, which I'm going to draw out here. And this support is going to be at 15.92. This will play the role of support for tomorrow. Momentum is weak, but MACD is still a little bit bullish, but trying to go towards the bearish side. Altimmune is down 4.70% today, and its minor line of resistance at 5.81 will continue to be a resistance, and support will be at 5.31. Verve is down 8.24%, and we have support at 4.39, which was there in the morning as a support, being converted into a resistance during the daytime action. So I'm going to mark this as resistance, and it's going to be resistance for tomorrow. And today, right now, we are at 4.23. So our support for tomorrow will be a minor line of support, and that support I'll peg at somewhere around 4.13. If we break down below that, then we are going to do a gap fill. We're going to come all the way down to a line of support out here. This will be the next support that we have. It's going to be at around 3.32. Editas was down 7.93% during the day, and our resistance continues to be 1.67 for tomorrow, and our support continues to be 1.32 for tomorrow. Momentum is almost close to average. It has dropped sharply. MACD is almost ready to cross over to the bearish side. Illumina was down 5.80% during the day, and another 0.33% after hours. It's gone down to 79.07. So our support in the morning of 80.78 has now become a resistance for tomorrow, and our support of 73.96 still remains a support for tomorrow. Momentum has dropped to average, and MACD is tending towards the signal line, showing overall weakness, simpatico with the overall market that we have seen before. And if you look at CRISPR Therapeutics, it's down 5.77%, and our support this morning was at 38.71, and it has now become a resistance, and we stopped exactly at the next support, which was at 36.82. We ended the day at 36.99, and there are no trades post-market. So this is going to be the support for tomorrow, failing which the next support will be 33.25. Allogene was down 3.88% during the day. Resistance continues to be 1.35. Support for tomorrow will be 0.62. And then if you look at Grail, Grail was down 4.63% during the day. We had a minor line of support at 37.80. And right now, the price has dropped to 37.50. So this becomes a minor line of resistance for tomorrow. And our support for tomorrow is going to be 32.08. Momentum is above average, but dropping fast. And MACD is bullish, but almost ready to cross over the signal line to the bearish side. Then, of course, we have PACB, which is at 3.36% drop during the day, and post-market, it has dropped a further 0.17%. Right now, it's at 0.98. I don't have much to say about PACB. I think it's going the way of Bluebird and other companies that we had in our chart, which was in the sub-dollar range. So I'll leave it at that. ARCG is down 5.10%. It's right now at 20.68. So our resistance remains at 21.58 and support remains at 20.22. Momentum has already dropped and MACD has become bearish. So overall, the genomic sector itself is looking weak because ARCG represents the whole sector. Vertex is down 2.65%, and our resistance continues to be 449.89, and support continues to be 429.46. We ended today at 435.35. Ginkgo Bioworks is down 7.13%, and our resistance continues to be 8.41, and support continues to be 6.46. Remember, Ginkgo had gone to sub-dollar rates. It was in the cents. It was a penny stock. Then they did a reverse split, and now they're falling again. They're valiantly trying to consolidate in that area, but the overall market is pushing it down because the overall market sentiment is very negative right now, and it's very uncertain right now. Unicure was up 1.24%. Resistance continues to be $16. Support continues to be $13.41. IMTX is down around 5% during the day. And we have this reverse head and shoulder pattern. We actually broke out about that, and we actually triggered this reverse head and shoulder pattern. And I was expecting us to move towards 7.35, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. And therefore I'm going to mark this resistance at 5.34 in red color to show that it's a resistance for tomorrow. Support for tomorrow is going to be 4.18. ABEO is at 0.47% gain for today, but I think this is a topping tail because we went all the way up to the resistance at 7.19 and then we dropped down. So I wish I had kept a standing order for sale of ABEO. I could have got some profits, but I had a loss of around $35 on that. I decided to book it and close it out. Less stress for me going forward. Overall market conditions are changing, so I've dropped it. I hope I have made the right decision, but we'll see tomorrow what happens. And that's about it, my friends. And that brings me to the end of our Genomics end of day analysis. I think overall the market sees a whole lot of uncertainty, not only from the tariffs, but we have even lost track of the China tariff issue. The focus is now on the budget and the debt ceiling. And the budget discussion again is going like a saga, up and down, whatever is happening. It could become a big positive catalyst for a short period of time. But at the same time, when you look at the international reaction, if the budget gets formed the way passed the way it is, it's going to lead to an even higher deficit, and it's going to lead to less tax compliance because IRS staff has also been removed. So overall, there will be a drag on the dollar index. You saw the dollar index has gone below 100, and also the bonds are looking really bad. The 20-year is at around above 5, and the 10-year is approaching to around 4.6%. These are all not good things, and the spread between the 2-year and 10-year is around 56.56. So overall, I think we are looking at really bad times ahead. That's my personal feeling. Of course, this is not financial advice, but everything that I see makes me feel that it's incredible that the market is so elevated even now. So look for a drop anytime. And with that, my friends, I'd like to end this video. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.